Hey everyone, I'd like to start by giving you a special gift, my free ebook, How to Manifest Your Deepest Desires in Your Sleep. This guide includes powerful nighttime meditations to help you fall asleep easily, reduce stress, and rewire your mind for abundance, love, and success. With this guide, you'll learn how to relax and get a full night's rest, clear your mind of worries and negativity. Simply set your intention before going to bed. Download the guide, start the meditation, and watch your life transform as you sleep. Find the link in the top right corner and in the description below this video. Research shows that our brains react almost the same way to real experiences as they do to the ones we replay in our minds. When athletes visualize themselves running a race or making a shot, the same areas of the brain light up as when they're actually doing it. That's why musicians rehearse in their heads, speakers mentally rehearse their presentations, and chess players visualize their next moves. Our minds don't always know the difference between reality and imagination, so why not use that to our advantage? The mental pictures we play in our heads actually shape our reality. If you're imagining failures, criticism, and setbacks all the time, your body is going to feel anxious. You'll see it in your posture, your voice, and even the way you walk. But if you start playing more positive mental movies, you'll begin to shift your energy and gain control over it. Next time you're in a tough situation and you're imagining everything going wrong, try rewriting the script in your head. Picture yourself staying calm and handling it well, even if it's not perfect. And if you're expecting people to judge you, replace that with neutral reactions or even approval. Engage as many senses as you can. Hear the sounds, smell the scents, feel the textures, notice the temperature. Feel confident in your body. The more details you add to these mental scenes, the more they'll sink in and become a part of you. You're not just pretending. You're actually training your brain to see new possibilities. And this is a practice, just like physical training, but for your mind. And over time, these mental pictures become more than just thoughts. They become your state, your energy, and ultimately, your reality. These are energetic states that influence how you speak, move, feel, and make decisions. The good news is that these mental pictures can be changed. You're not stuck with your past experiences. You're the director of your own life. That's why it's so important to not just understand this concept, but to actually start training your brain and body to react in a new way. This practice is like working out at the gym. The more you do it, the stronger your internal awareness and resilience become. You're building new neural pathways, shifting your energy, and gradually changing your entire reality. To see how this works, try a simple but deep exercise. All you need is 6 minutes to go through 4 easy steps. Step 1. Choose a scenario. Close your eyes and think of a situation that makes you feel stressed, anxious, or uneasy. This could be a conversation with your boss, giving a public speech, making a phone call to a stranger, attending a meeting where you're worried about being judged. Step 2. Play this situation like an old movie. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and imagine the situation in detail, just like it's playing out according to the old script. Notice what you're feeling, what's happening around you, how others are reacting, and how you're reacting. Just observe without judgment. Allow yourself to live through this scene without resistance. This is your old pattern, and you didn't choose it, but you can change it. Step 3. Freeze the frame. At the height of tension, mentally pause the scene like you're freezing a movie frame. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, say to yourself, "This is just one possible version. I choose a different scenario." Step 4. Rewrite the scene. Now imagine the situation unfolding differently. You're calm. Your breathing is even. Your body is relaxed yet collected. You feel a sense of strength in your chest and confidence in your voice. Other people's reactions are respectful or neutral. You're acting with dignity, even if things aren't perfect. Engage as many senses as you can. Hear the sounds, smell the scents, feel the textures, notice the air temperature, feel confident in your body. The more details you add to these scenes, the more they'll become ingrained in your nervous system. You're not just pretending. You're training your brain to see new possibilities. And this is a practice, just like physical training, but for your mind. And over time, these mental pictures become more than just thoughts. They become your state, your energy, and ultimately, your reality. Allow yourself to stay in this scene for a couple of minutes. Now say to yourself, "I create my state. I can choose how to perceive the world. I am the master of my energy." Take a deep breath in, exhale slowly, and then open your eyes. Keep this central truth in mind. You're not your fears, doubts, or limiting beliefs. These are just temporary thoughts that come and go in your awareness, like clouds floating across a clear sky or waves rising and falling on the ocean's surface. They don't define the depth and calmness of the ocean beneath. When you identify with these thoughts like, "I can't do it," "I'm not good enough," or "I won't be understood," you let them take over. You start to believe these limiting stories are who you are. But the truth is, they're just temporary noise, random thoughts that pop up in the vast space of your awareness. You're not this noise. You're the silence that lets it resound. You're the deep peace and calm where all thoughts and emotions originate. You're the space where everything shows up, both the light and darkness, joy and fear. But you stay unchanged and calm. When you start seeing yourself as this presence, not just a stream of thoughts, your inner world shifts. You find freedom from fear and suffering, and you discover true peace, a state that isn't dependent on external circumstances. We live in a web of illusions, trapped in old programs that no longer serve us. Money, social roles, success, time. These are just collective agreements that millions of minds have invented and accepted. From childhood, we're taught to believe in the system, in authority, and in the right ways. We're taught to repeat, not to examine. But deep down, many of us have doubts, a voice that whispers, "This isn't the whole truth." The media gives us prepackaged views, not raw facts. The system rewards obedience and punishes independent thinking. School teaches us to memorize, not to question. But we all feel these invisible chains. No one has the right to control your thoughts, limit your potential, or force you onto a path you didn't choose. We're told this is normal, this is success, this is life. But is it really? The truth is, we have way more power than we've been led to believe. Our thoughts create our reality, and our attention shapes our experience. Each of us has an internal compass that points to the truth, our strengths, and our possibilities. And it only works when you take one simple step. If you want to know what this step is and change your life, bring in new opportunities in the near future, manifest your desires, and achieve your goals, write "I am ready" in the comments. So are you ready to hear what this step is? Question everything. Ask yourself, why do you believe what you believe? Who benefits from you believing this? What would change if you believed something else? When you start asking questions, you'll tap into a power within yourself that you forgot you had. You'll rediscover your true self. This awakening brings responsibility. Once you see the truth, you can't go back to sleep. When you start asking these questions, you open doors. You start to see how fear is used to control people. You see how distractions keep you from realizing your own power, and how culture tells you that you're too small to make a real difference. But the truth is, you're not small. You're a creator. Your energy creates reality. Your attention is like a beam of light, and where you focus it determines what grows. The moment you stop following a script and start writing your own, when you don't just live on autopilot, but make conscious choices, when you're no longer held back by old patterns, because you know you're more than them. It might start with one question, then one new habit, and then one bold decision. And at some point, you'll wake up and realize you're no longer who you used to be. You're free. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe. That way you can stay connected and catch all the upcoming practices on our channel. Ever feel exhausted and wonder what's draining your energy? This next video is for you. Take a look and find out what's holding you back and how to turn it around.